Welcome students for the spectroscopy lecture, and today we are going to discuss about the rotational Raman spectra. Here the gross selection rule for rotational Raman transitions, that means the molecule must be anisotropically polarizable, that is when a diatomic molecule without permanent dipole moment, when we apply electric field to a diatomic molecule and the direction of applied electric field, it causes the distortion, and it is called as the distortion polarization. Here the direction of applied electric field, it is along the bond, and here it is across the bond, and due to this the polarization is induced, and such a property it is called as anisotropic property. Here an electric field applied to a molecule results in the distortion, and the distorted molecule acquires a contribution to its dipole moment even if it is non-polar initially. The polarizability may be different when the field is applied either parallel or perpendicular to the molecular axis, or in general in different directions relative to the molecule. If that is so, then the molecule has an anisotropic polarizability. Simply remember here that the polarizability, it occurs when we apply electric field to the diatomic molecule which do not have the permanent dipole moment, that means non-polar molecule, and the distortion of positive charge and negative charge, or the separation of electrons from the nucleus takes place, and it depends on the direction of applied electric field. This property is called as anisotropic property. Then the distortion of molecule in an electric field is determined by its polarizability, and polarizability it is denoted by letter alpha. In addition to any permanent dipole moment, a molecule may have a molecule acquires an induced dipole moment, that is nu, if the strength of the field is E. An atom is isotropically polarizable. All linear molecules and diatomics, whether homonuclear or heteronuclear, have anisotropic polarizability. Therefore, rotationally active, rotationally Raman active molecules. The main point here, the polarizability must occur when we apply the electric field in case of diatomic molecules, whether that diatomic molecule is homonuclear or heteronuclear, and that allows the study of many molecules that are inaccessible to microwave spectroscopy. But some types of rotators, both rotationally Raman and microwave active. Then the polarizability of a molecule is a measure of the extent to which an applied electric field can induce an electric dipole moment, and electric dipole moment it is denoted by letter nu. In addition to any permanent dipole moment, the anisotropy of the polarizability is its variation with the orientation of the molecule, and here it is alpha it is a parallel, and this is the application of electric field along parallel direction, and here it is a perpendicular. Then all spherical rotators like tetrahedral CH4 molecule, octahedral SF6 molecule, and isohedral molecule C60 are both rotationally Raman inactive. All homonuclear diatomic molecules and linear molecules are rotationally inactive but rotationally Raman active. Then the specific rotational Raman selection rule here for linear rotators, delta J value it is equal to 0 or plus minus 2. Here the distortion induced in a molecule by an applied electric field returns to its initial value after a rotation of only 180 degree, that is twice a revolution. This is the origin of delta J equal to plus minus 2 selection rule in the rotational Raman spectroscopy. Remember that the rotational Raman spectroscopy selection rule is either delta J equal to 0 or plus minus 2. Here delta J value equal to 0 or plus minus 2, and for symmetric rotators delta J it may be either 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and the delta K value it is equal to 0. Asymmetric rotators, for the latter K is not a good quantum number, so additional selection rule becomes too complex. A good quantum number is one which is conserved in the presence of an external interaction. Then the delta J equal to 0, these transitions do not lead to shift of the scattered photons frequency in pure rotational Raman spectroscopy, and they contribute to unshifted Rayleigh radiation in the forward direction. Here, the rotational energy levels of a linear rotator and the transitions allowed by delta J equal to plus minus 2. That means the Raman selection rule. The form of typical rotational Raman spectrum is shown here like this. Then the Stokes and anti-Stokes lines of rotational Raman spectrum. For Stokes lines, the value of delta J equal to plus 2, and we can find the delta E value, and it is equal to minus Ej plus 2 minus Ej, and it is equal to 2 minus 2 Hc B bar in a bracket 2J plus 3. That means putting the value of here J plus 2 energy, rotational energy for J plus 2 level and rotational energy for J level, and taking the difference we get minus 2 B bar in a bracket 2J plus 3, and we can find the frequency difference in terms of wave number or energy difference in terms of wave number by putting the various values of J here as 0, 1, 2, 3, dot dot dot. And for anti-Stokes lines, the delta J equal to minus 2, and we can find delta E value by using this equation, and this equation it is equal to Ej minus Ej minus 2, and it is equal to 2HC B bar in bracket 2J minus 1, and the difference of this, it becomes equal to 2B bar in a bracket 2J minus 1, and here the J values are J equal to 2, 3 and so on, and the corresponding lines here we have like this. For the Raman Raman rotational spectrum, here there are Stokes lines and here there are anti-Stokes lines. The rotational Raman spectrum consists of a series of lines at frequencies of 6B bar, 10B bar and 14B bar, which are separated by 4B bar value. We can use the value of B obtained from the rotational Raman spectrum to estimate the bond length of homonuclear diatomic molecule, and the intensities of the Stokes lines are generally stronger than those of anti-Stokes lines. Remember well. Then the rotational Raman spectrum of a diatomic molecule with two identical nuclei of spin 1/2, and here it is the for H2 molecule with non-zero nuclear spins, the intensities of the odd J lines are 3 times more than those of even J lines. Here, this is the nature of the spectra. Then, vibrational Raman spectroscopy. Here, the incident photon leaves some of its energy in the vibrational modes of the molecule. It strikes the Stokes lines or collects additional energy from a vibration that has already been excited, and these lines are nothing but anti-Stokes lines. And the selection rule for vibrational Raman spectroscopy, here it is the molecular polarizability must change as the molecule vibrates. Both homonuclear and heteronuclear diatomic molecules are vibrationally Raman active, and the specific selection rule, here delta J equal to 0 or plus minus 2, that is delta N, it is equal to plus minus 1, and here the induced dipole moment, it is a function of x-axis, and it is again polarizability along x-axis here. The Stokes lines are more intense than anti-Stokes lines because very few molecules are in an excited vibrational state initially. Then the vibrational Raman spectra of polyatomic molecule. Suppose for example, consider a CO2 molecule, and this CO2 molecule, it has one carbon and two oxygen atoms, and the selection rule here, the vibrational normal mode is accompanied by a change in polarizability of the molecule. The basic thing in getting vibrational Raman spectra, here the polarizability must be induced in while the vibrations occurs in the polyatomic molecule. The symmetric stretch of CO2 is Raman active and the other are Raman inactive. Remember well, in case of CO2, the symmetric stretch is Raman active and the other are Raman inactive. In general exclusion rule, if the molecule has a center of inversion, then no modes can be both infrared and Raman active, and this is the center of inversion of CO2. Then the features of normal mode. Here the vibrational normal mode describes the specific collective motion of atoms, with each atom in a harmonic oscillation of the same frequency. The collective motion of the normal mode is called a vibrational excitation. In the harmonic approximation, all normal modes of a molecule are independent from one another. Each normal mode behaves like an independent harmonic oscillator. The energies of the vibrational levels of ith normal mode with frequency nu I, it is given by E n I, it is equal to Ni plus 1 half into H upon nu, where H Planck's constant, and this is the ith normal mode. And the symmetric stretching and asymmetric stretching modes of CO2. Here symmetric stretching means the two CO2 atoms, they get vibrated symmetrically from the central atom, and asymmetric stretching means one has direction here, another has here, or they both get attracted towards each other. This is the asymmetric stretching. Then the vibration rotation Raman spectrum of linear rotator, and we can have, this is the vibrational rotational Raman spectra, and we can get a Q branches, O branches and S branches depending on. For O branch, the selection rule is delta J equal to -2, and the frequency separation, here it is minus nu bar minus 2b bar plus 4b bar into J. Then for Q branch, we have delta J equal to 0, and the frequency separation, here it is minus nu bar equal to minus nu bar, and for S branch we have delta J equal to +2, and the frequency difference is this. Then the vibration rotation Raman spectrum of CO molecule. This is the Q branch, that means the Rayleigh scattering. Here it is anti-Stokes lines. For anti-Stokes lines, delta J equal to +2, and these are the Stokes lines. For Stokes lines, delta J equal to -2. Thank you. I mean, you will get a idea regarding the polarizability and the permanent dipole moment. Here the polarizability, it is different from the permanent dipole moment. Dipole moment, it is nothing but the separation of charges from a bond length, and such molecules we call as a polar molecule. And the non-polar molecule, when we apply electric field to the non-polar molecule, induced dipole moment is arises, or there is a separation of charges takes place. The electrons in the molecules, they get separated from the positive nucleus, and this is termed as polarizability. And the extent of polarizability, it is studied with the help of alpha, that means the extent of polarizability, and it depends on the strength of applied electric field as well as the direction of the applied electric field, and such a property, it is called as anisotropic property. That means the polarizability, it is a anisotropic property. And the when we get a pure either vibrational spectra or rotational spectra, non-polar molecule, it becomes a Raman active as well as IR active. And those molecules, they are not microwave active. Such molecules, they also gives the rotational Raman spectra. And here the selection rule for rotational Raman spectroscopy, it is equal to delta J equal to 0 for the Rayleigh lines and delta J equal to either plus 2 or minus 2, and putting these values of J in the rotational energy equation, we get the value of EJ, it is equal to Bj in a bracket J plus 1, and the separation, energy separation or delta E, it becomes equal to 2B in a bracket 2J plus 3, and these are the Stokes lines, and for anti-Stokes lines we can have minus 2B in a bracket 2J plus 3. This is the frequency separation or delta E in terms of centimeter inverse. And all of you know the rotational energy of a diatomic molecule, it is given by the equation h square upon 8 pi square I into j in a bracket j plus 1, where j, it is the rotational quantum number. And for pure rotational Raman spectra, the selection rule is delta J equal to 0 or delta J equal to plus minus 2. Remember, the plus 2 sign, it is for Stokes lines, and a minus 2 delta J value, it is for anti-Stokes lines. And putting this value in the rotational energy equation, we will get the pure rotational Raman spectra. And then the pure vibrational Raman spectra and the selection rule. Here the basic thing in getting pure vibrational Raman spectra, there must occur the polarizability or the induced polarization. There must be induced dipole moment takes place when the molecule get vibrate, or the vibrating molecule, it arises with induced dipole moment. And the selection rule for the vibrational Raman spectra is delta phi, it is equal to 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3, etc. And the probability of delta phi equal to plus minus 2 comma plus minus 3 and so on, it is very low. And again, all of you know, in case of anharmonic oscillator, the change in energy for 2 delta phi equal to 2, we have omega bar oscillation in a bracket 1 minus 2x, that is the uh, energy difference in case of anharmonic oscillator. And for the vibrational Raman lines will appear at a distance from exciting line for nu bar distance, and we will get the nu bar extinction plus delta E phi in terms of centimeter inverse, and this is the exciting radiation, and nu s is the frequency of scattered radiation. And again, the last point of this chapter, it is the comparative study of IR and Raman spectra and rule of mutual exclusion in case of CO2 molecule. And here the rule of mutual exclusion, it is nothing but the polarizability must induced while rotating the diatomic molecule. That means if a molecule possesses a center of symmetry, then IR active vibrations are Raman inactive and IR inactive vibrations are Raman active. If molecule has no center of symmetry, then there may be some vibrations active simultaneously in the IR as well as in the Raman spectroscopy. Consequently, it can be stated that if IR and Raman spectra have no common lines, then molecule has a center of symmetry. And this rule relates to the molecular vibrations with molecular symmetry. Thus, the comparison between IR and Raman spectra provides a structural information of the molecule under study. Here we have completed the next unit, that is the spectroscopy. And in the understanding, if you have any kind of problem, you may ask me. And as already I have told you, in the next week we will have a MCQ test on the spectroscopy topic. Thank you.